Thousands of beauty parlours in Afghanistan shut shop this week, a month after they were put on notice by the Taliban's so-called Ministry of Virtue and the Prevention of Vice. As a result of this, thousands of women have now lost their livelihoods, which is now seen as yet another attack on the rights and freedom of women living in Afghanistan as the Taliban now works towards conforming what it calls Sharia law. Here's the story.
Posters pulled down. Shelves emptied out. Boxes packed and sealed. The sun sets on Afghanistan's beauty industry. Women's salons have been locked up for good. For the owners, many of whom choose not to be named for fear of Taliban reprisal, it's the end of often critical family incomes, the end of financial freedom, and of a social meeting point, perhaps the last place women could call their own.
I'm experiencing one of the worst and darkest days of my life. Total, absolute disappointment. We started our work with lots of passion and enthusiasm, but unfortunately, everything is over now.
Some 12,000 salons have downed shutters basis the Taliban order, which means nearly 60,000 women have lost their jobs. Women in the workforce in Afghanistan dips to an abysmal 23% now. The beauty clinic was about more than beauty treatment. It was also a safe female-only space where they could meet without a male chaperone. No more though, under the Taliban it's the end of the road for women's freedom.
My friends and I and all the women working in beauty salons are concerned about what to do and where to go next. I don't think there would be any place for us in Kabul since we have no other source of income. We had planned to continue our business at home, but unfortunately Taliban wouldn't allow that either. So we don't have any plan for the future.
Work, bread, justice. Don't snatch my bread and water, they chanted. About 50 women staged a rare protest in Kabul on the 19th of July. Water cannons were fired, tear gas shells were set off. Dissent is fiercely crushed in Afghanistan. Justice stays muzzled.
We are suffering in Afghanistan. Afghan girls will be imprisoned. All of us are the only breadwinners. I don't know why they are doing this. We are always worried about what to do, what our family will eat, and where we can go.
It's virtually a crime to be a woman in Afghanistan these last 2 years. Barred from schools and universities, banned from parks and fairs and gyms, ordered to cover up completely in public. And now this. Because for the Taliban, this regressive interpretation of Islamic law is here to stay.
If the situation continues like this, women in Afghanistan would have no future. They would be forced to marry at the age of 13 or 14. Power would be cut off, people would live with sheep and cows, and we would U-turn not to 20 years back, but to 60 to 70 years back.
Yes, Afghanistan has seen better days, perhaps all the way into the mid-1970s when Kabul was tagged the Paris of Central Asia. It's all gloom and doom for now though. Can the night get any darker?